The oil and gas industry is getting shaken up by big gas discoveries from BRICS countries and OPEC members, including China, Russia, Saudi Arabia, UAE, and Egypt. These countries have found huge reserves that are changing their energy strategies and challenging the traditional oil market. These discoveries have major implications for the global oil industry, from changing supply to transforming energy trade. As these countries become more energy independent and rely less on imports, OPEC and the oil market may see significant changes. The focus on gas discoveries also aligns with the global shift towards cleaner energy sources, showing how transformative these findings are. Let's start with China. They found some really big oil reserves that can make a big difference in their energy situation and make them stronger in the global oil market. One of these discoveries happened in Xinjiang, where Sinopec found a massive amount of oil, about 1.7 billion tons. It shows that China is good at finding valuable resources deep underground, making Xinjiang a province with lots of resources. This reserve is a game changer for China's energy independence because it means they don't have to rely so much on importing oil. It might even change how the oil market works. But that's not all. China's state-owned company, CNOOC, also found 100 million tons of oil in the Bohai Sea. This finding makes China even better at producing its own oil and helps them become more self-sufficient in energy. China wants to use these reserves to keep up with the growing demand for oil and gas as its economy keeps growing fast. These discoveries not only make China more secure with its energy, but they also make China a big player in the global oil market. Moreover, China might rely less on other countries for energy as it produces more oil and gas at home. This gives them more control and reduces uncertainties caused by politics and the economy. It could also affect global oil prices and how oil is traded. Meanwhile, Saudi Aramco made a big discovery called the Jafurah gas field, estimated to have a whopping 200 trillion cubic feet of gas. This is a really important step for Saudi Arabia because they want to sell more than just oil. Aramco plans to start producing gas from the Jafurah field in 2025, and they want to sell about 2 billion cubic feet of gas every day by 2030. They know the Jafurah field is a gold mine, so they're looking for investors to help fund projects related to the field. They've also been talking to big energy companies like Sinopec and Total Energies about working together on the Jafurah project. They could build facilities to export liquefied natural gas, LNG, if everything goes well. Aramco wants to raise around $10 billion for these projects because they're serious about making money from the Jafurah gas field and taking advantage of the global demand for natural gas. Moreover, the United Arab Emirates, UAE, has been finding lots of gas too. They're on a mission to have a more diverse energy mix and be less dependent on oil. So, they've been searching and finding more and more gas to make it happen. This is a big deal because it helps the UAE become a bigger player in its global gas market. And it's not just about making money. It's also about making their energy sustainable in the long run. They're really serious about diversifying their energy, and these discoveries are a big step in that direction. Egypt has found some gas in the eastern Mediterranean Sea, off the coast of Egypt. Eni, an Italian energy company, discovered the Norgis 1 well and found a big reserve of gas there. The well went deep and found about 200 meters of gas-filled sandstorms from different formations. This discovery adds to Egypt's gas reserves, making them even more important in the regional gas market. Eni is all about exploring offshore in Egypt, and this discovery fits right into their plans. They want to use their existing facilities and staff in Egypt to help the country's energy sector grow and improve. Eni has been in Egypt's oil and gas game since way back in 1954, and they are still a big part of Egypt's energy scene. The gas they found at Norgis 1 is super important for Egypt's energy needs and could lead to more development and production. It shows Egypt has a lot of gas potential in the eastern Mediterranean area. With this discovery, Egypt can be more secure with their energy, keep up with the demand at home, and maybe even sell gas to other places. Of course, Russia is also making significant strides in the gas industry, with Novatek's recent discovery of a new gas condensate field in the Gaidan Peninsula. They named it Guria after one of their co-founders, Viktor Guria. According to Russian standards, they think there were about 52 billion cubic meters of natural gas and 2 million tons of liquids they can get from there. This discovery is great news for Novatek's Arctic LNG-1 project. They really focus on making more liquefied natural gas, and the Guria field helps them do that. They even have plans for a fourth LNG facility called the Arctic LNG-1 project. And if everything goes well, they want to produce 70 million tons of LNG every year by 2030. That's more than triple what they make now. But Novatek does have some challenges. There are these Western sanctions against Russia that make things tricky. The sanctions affect technology and partnerships, which means some important Western tech companies had to leave Novatek's projects. That makes it harder for Novatek to get the expertise they need. They had their own cool Arctic Cascade liquefaction technology, but now they have to go back to using Western tech because of the sanctions. It's not ideal, but Novatek is determined to keep growing despite these problems. The recent gas discoveries by different countries like China, Russia, Saudi Arabia, the UAE, and Egypt could change the global oil industry in many ways. These discoveries will affect supply, energy trade, and market competition. By producing more gas domestically, these countries can make their energy supply more stable and reliable while reducing their need for imports. These discoveries bring new gas sources to the market, potentially increasing competition among gas-producing countries. This might affect the power of traditional gas exporters, including some OPEC members, as new players enter the global energy scene. The rise of these gas-producing countries could also influence the balance of power in the oil market as they develop their infrastructure and export capabilities. Furthermore, these discoveries align with a global trend towards cleaner energy sources. Natural gas is considered cleaner than coal and oil, and having more available can help reduce carbon emissions. As these countries tap into their gas reserves, they can contribute to a more sustainable energy mix by moving away from carbon-intensive fuels. These discoveries can bring about significant changes in the oil industry, not just in the countries where they were made. More gas will be available, so countries can change how they trade energy. They might even start importing more LNG and obtaining energy from different places. They could also help countries work together more closely on energy. These discoveries also show how important it is to have different kinds of energy sources, and countries should explore and invest in different options to be strong in the long run. The way we get energy is changing, and these gas discoveries are a big part of that change. They will have long-lasting impacts on the global oil industry and shape how we meet our energy needs in the future.